Hello, I'm back with Appositive Phrases. You should have these notes in front of you, and I want you to look at these notes, appositive phrases. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I am going to highlight a few things, right? Appositive phrases, also called noun phrases, are another way to add information to a sentence. Essentially, appositives are nouns with added descriptive words. So and here you have some examples. To write appositives, you want to target nouns in your sentences that you used or could be used to further description or explanation. Okay. For example, Jim walked on the beach. The nouns are Jim and beach. I could write an appositive for Jim or for beach. Remember, for each noun targeted, think of appropriate synonyms or other nouns that could replace the word. For example, Jim could also be a boy, a figure, a surfer, or a loner. To create an appositive, add more descriptive words before or after the synonym chosen. So I could say, Jim, a small fair boy with a hitch in his step, walked on the beach. Right? If I took out the name Jim and just had a small frail boy with a hitch in his step walked on the beach, the sentence still makes sense. We can also use appositives for sentence combining. Oftentimes we'll have, Manuel traveled to Chile this summer. He is the son of immigrant parents. Easily we could combine those two sentences and say, Manuel, the son of immigrant parents, traveled to Chile this summer. I could take out the son of immigrant parents, and it still makes sense, right? Manuel traveled to Chile this summer. I could take out Manuel, the son of immigrant parents, traveled to Chile this summer. Still makes sense, right? But what I want you to do, or look for sentences with words, is and was. Right? Is and was as the main verbs. If the noun follows these verbs, then it probably can be used as an appositive and added to another sentence. This will really help you with to be verbs. So when you've already looked at to be verbs and how to transform these, making appositive sentences is one way that you can do that. I'm going to show you some other examples. These are examples from authors' writings. Again, characteristics of the appositive phrase. They're noun phrases that identify adjacent nouns. The key word here is adjacent, right? It has to be next to it. They can occur as sentence openers, subject-verb splits, or as sentence closers. Here's some sentence openers. One of 11 brothers and sisters, Harriet was a moody, willful child. One of 11 brothers and sisters renames Harriet, right? This renames Harriet. I can take out Harriet. It still makes sense. One of 11 brothers and sisters was a moody, willful child. I can take this out. Still makes sense. Same thing here. A balding, smooth-faced man, he could have been anywhere between 40 and 60. This appositive phrase is renaming he. A short, round boy of 7, he took little interest in troublesome things, blah, 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 right? A short, round boy of 7 is renaming he, okay? Subject-verb splits. Papa, a good, quiet man, spent the last hours before our blah, 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 right? A good, quiet man is renaming Papa. Okay. I can take this out. Sentence still makes sense. I can take out Papa. Sentence still makes sense. Same thing here. A man, a weary old pensioner with a bald, dirty head and a stained brown corduroy waistcoat, appeared at the door of a small gate lodge. The bold part is the appositive phrase. It renames a man. I can take this out, and it still makes sense. A man appeared at the door of a small gate lodge. Or I can take a man out, and it still makes sense. So last one, we're going to look at sentence closers. The boy looked at them, big, black, ugly insects. This is when we're talking about it needs to be adjacent. Big, black, ugly insects is talking about them, the pronoun them. We're not talking about the boy, right? But we can leave this off, sentence still makes sense. Hour after hour, he stood there, silent, motionless, a shadow carved in ebony and moonlight. He, right? It's talking about he. These are adjectives describing he. So it wouldn't be anything here. He had the appearance of a man who had done a great thing, something greater than any ordinary man would do. The thing is what they would, something greater, right? Because you could say he had the appearance of a man who had done something greater than any ordinary man would do. Okay? All right, that's it with the positive phrases. I challenge you to write one in your paper today, now, because guess what? I want to see one in your final draft.